Okay, that was really fun, Bobby. Let's keep up with those guys. Remember who you are. Okay, I never saw that group before.
I've never seen them do that before. Gumbo.
Oh my gosh, it's only 13 minutes. Part E. That's supposed to be part 3. Oh well. Kyle, I am not getting over to Galaxy Edge. I'd be tired. There's Rafiki's Planet of Art. Oh, yeah, I gotta get rid of this. Today, we're at Epcot. We're here. Gosh darn, I'm so tired, Kyle. I can't even remember. Let's see, here we went on Flight of Passage Navi. Then we went in search of a restaurant because we were going to eat over in Harambe and it was closed. Went to Pizza Party. What? Are you late? No, we're not. We haven't been to our room yet, so we won't be staying tonight. This will probably be it.
Because the ones I know speak very clearly. Hi guys, I'll take it right here.
Rhino and elephant are slaughtered for their horns and ivory. Cheetahs and lions are killed for their coats. And antelope and gazelle are trapped in snares. Their meat is legally sold. It is my job to protect
Nice
all
oil
the
drum here.
animals of this reserve. That is why I ask you, all of you, please join me.
Did you want to stream this, honey?
Left side is better than right side.
Oh, you don't want to stream it?
Oh, you want me to stream it?
Yeah.
Alright, give it to me. Oh, change of camera. People. We Humphrey with you now. Or Charlie. Tell me what you want. But don't go me late for dinner. Five.
Five? Any little ones?
Pardon?
Any little ones?
No.
Okay, then you guys are going to take rows 3 and 4, please.
3 and 4?
My friend, red line, yellow line, and stop for me. Please wait behind the skates. The skates are swinging toward you on the dock. We're currently on the track. Please watch behind the right side or
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las This Sunday, son of working as we take on Ramage Monday.
Here we go. And our ride is here. Hold this just for a sec, would you? I just want to take my sunglasses off. Why you want me to do this? All right. Oops.
Asante San Award.
Here we go, folks. Here we go.
One day, which does mean let's go. Good job, everybody. Welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Stephanie. I'm going to be your safari driver today as we head on into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Please do stay seated during our journey out there. Go ahead and hang on to any valuables that you might have brought along with you, including those children. It can get pretty bumpy out there, and I would certainly hate to lose anything or any one of you guys out on the reserve. If you look above your heads there, you'll see that animal spotting guide. We might not see all of those animals out there, but we usually do get pretty lucky. And this is a photo safari, so you'll want to have those phones and cameras out ready to go. Speaking of ready to go, we're going to start our journey out here today in the Little Aturi Forest. I think we're off to a pretty good start. Already seeing a few stripes off to our right-hand side on the legs of that okapi. The okapi stripes look pretty similar to a zebra stripes, but they're not related to the zebra at all. They're actually the only living relative to the giraffe. Both have very long, prehensile tongues that are perfect for grabbing leaves from trees and bushes like that one's doing at the moment. And I'm pretty generous of that okapi to be so clearly in sight for us. That's because they're incredibly good at staying hidden when they want to. In fact, they're so good at hide and seek that they were unknown to the Western world until the year 1901. And up until that point, they were simply believed to be a myth or a hallucination. Even to this day, we don't really know how many okapi are running around out in the wild. So we're going to take one last glimpse there before we move on in the direction of this larger watering hole off to our left. Watering holes can be a pretty good place to find those animals. They'll often stop by these throughout the day, grab a quick drink, cool off a bit, sometimes even move down this direction to socialize. Hopefully we can find a few more visitors in the area. And we might want to keep on the lookout for more stripes, kind of like those on the left of the okapi back there. Stripes are a pretty common form of camouflage, helping these animals to blend in with the trees and twigs around them, especially the smaller ones. And stripes can help animals to mimic the shadow pattern of sunlight or moonlight through the leaves, making it extra difficult for predators to pick them out.
And here we are.
There's a little bit more color and movement. More stripes as well. Looking almost like deer up there at the top of the hill. Those are greater kudu. They're the tallest species of forest antelope. They'll even reach around 5 feet in height at the shoulder when full grown. And not seeing any horns on the 3 kudu up there, so probably a small group of females.
I hope you guys saw that.
Their species have
He's pretty
horns
big.
that sometimes reach up to 6 feet in length on their heads. So quite the hefty weight up there, I'd imagine. But
Look,
we're going to make our way
mirrors.
out of the Little Aturi Forest, and we'll head on over towards the Sapi River, see what we
Mirrors.
can find up ahead in a more aquatic environment.
Nice.
There's a little bit of rippling going on down in the water here, but nothing poking its head up just yet. Oh, just kidding. Off to our right-hand side, a couple eyes and ears, almost back behind us. Very pink shadow. That is a Nile hippopotamus. If you're not getting a good sight on that hippo, not to worry, my friends. They are pretty social animals, so we'll keep scanning the water and see if we can't find a few more hanging around this area. They love to spend most of their time in the water like that and can even stay submerged up to 8 minutes without coming up for that air. Off to our left-hand side, out of the water, perched on the island, are a few pink-backed pelicans. Maybe not looking quite so pink at the moment. That's just because they get that name from the pink coloration they'll end up getting during mating season. Otherwise, the rest of the year, they're usually this whitish-gray color that we're looking at. But on the move, other side of the island there to our left once again, you'll see one of those Nile hippos. A little easier to see this one.
Where?
Like I said, they are pretty social
What?
animals. You'll generally find them in larger groups
Oh, yeah.
called a bloat.
I see him. I
Because
see
when full
him.
grown, they can tip the scales at about 5,500 pounds. So you might want to take it kind of slow. There are a few Nile crocodiles down on our left. These Nile crocodiles can range between 16 and 20 feet in length. So these guys are about the same length as a giraffe is tall. And just like all reptiles, crocodiles are cold-blooded. So anytime they get too cool in the water, they'll hop out onto the bank like a few of them have. They're just trying to warm themselves up by matching their body temperature to the air temperature around them. I think it's diet of mostly fish, but we're still going to put some distance between us and them. They have a bite pressure of around 2,000 pounds per square inch, so we probably don't want to risk crossing paths with them or their jaws. Or at least I don't. But we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. We're already moving in the direction of the savannah, and seeing a pretty prominent feature of the savannah up ahead on our right-hand side here. Not an animal, but a tree that looks almost like its roots are sticking up in the air. This is called a baobab tree or an upside down tree, and we'll probably get the chance to see a few more of these scattered throughout the grasslands.
Hey, Bill.
In the meantime, though, we're going to get a fantastic view overlooking the savannah as we make our way down this hill. Probably already seeing a few of those animals out there that call it their home. Looks like there are a couple of giraffes ready to meet us down this way. And they're definitely hard to miss out here on the grasslands. Giraffes are the tallest land animal in the world, reaching those heights of up to 20 feet. And we'll get a little bit better idea of that height once we get a little closer here. So as we continue forward here, it looks like there might be a few in the mix who aren't hitting that 20 feet height just yet. A couple of babies or calves off in the distance to our right. Now you're going to see a lot of these giraffes out here are busy eating, and that is not surprising in the least. They devote about 16 to 20 hours of their day to just eating or searching for food. So you will literally almost always catch them trying to grab a quick bite. And you might think that 20 hours a day they'd be spent eating wouldn't leave a whole lot of time for sleep, but not the case. They only sleep around 4 hours a day, and they break that up into even smaller increments. Only about 30 minutes of that is going to be a really deep sleep. So we'll get a pretty good look at that giraffe rustling the leaves from the branches on our right-hand side. But we're also passing by a den to our left. And dens generally belong to predators, so we're going to be kind of nosy. We'll peek around, see if anyone's up. There is at least one occupant curled up in the den there, a spotted hyena in the far left corner of the den, snoozing away.
Oh yeah, there's one in the water too.
And of course another one actually camped out in the water cooling off. They look pretty dog-like, but they're not members of the canine family. They're actually members of their own family, the Hyenidae. They have a little bit different body shape than dogs do. It's going to be a tad bit more hunched, especially around their rear end. And these guys are very bad rapid scavengers. They do scavenge from time to time, but they're incredibly resourceful. They're usually out here hunting for the majority of their own food. And they don't like to waste much of that food either. They try to eat every bit of their prey, bones included, leaving behind only the skull when they're finished. That's just because they can't fully digest that. While we are in luck, my friends, there are definitely a lot of those babies over in this area. They must be feeling pretty comfortable to be laying down like this, because usually baby giraffes, or giraffes in general, prefer to be up on all fours, so they can make a quick getaway in case any predators disturb them. But the ones to the left feeling pretty safe with mom and dad so close by. They have that excellent line of sight, again at 20 feet. Well, these will actually be the two older siblings off to our right-hand side. Younger babies will be off to the left-hand side. They definitely look very tiny compared to mom and dad out here, but they're still pretty tall. These baby giraffes are born at around 5 to 6 feet in height already. They definitely need to be born that size to be able to nurse from mom right away. Unfortunately, that does mean the first thing that those babies experience in life is a 6-foot drop to the ground, because mom does give birth standing up. So we'll shake that off pretty quickly. Within an hour, they're standing, walking around. And as close as we are getting to all these giraffes out here, we're getting an excellent view of their pattern. These are Maasai giraffes that we're seeing. You can tell they have a bit more jagged pattern than other species of giraffes do. Might notice those spots there are less rectangular or smooth edged than what we usually imagine. Almost like somebody has colored outside the lines on these guys. But again, even just standing around, always busy chewing, always devoted to eating. And together in these large groups like this, they are called a tower. It's suitable. They're towering over everything else. Oh, a little bit of giraffe drool going on. Their saliva is actually so thick, it's about the consistency of super glue. And that's just because they are not too picky when they eat, so they sometimes encounter sharp thorns when they're choosing their vegetation. That thick slime can just protect their mouths from any of those
Cool
sharp
giraffe
edges they might encounter.
sighting.
Lots of fruits.
Yeah.
Coming up on our right-hand side is some very tiny antelope for grazing. Those are called springbok. And springbok get that name from the way they'll spring up to 8 feet in the air and up to 13 feet forward. So if they wanted to, they could spring clear over the heads of those baby giraffes back there. And they're super tiny, but also super quick. We're looking at the second fastest land animal in the world there. They can move at speeds of between 50 and 60 miles an hour when they really get running. And if you look a little bit further up the hill to our right again, silverish gray coats of fur. Those are a few white-bearded wildebeest. Oh, we're going to see some very long horns coming up on
here
our
we go.
left-hand side.
Ooh.
These are attached to an Ankoli cattle, or a Watusi cattle, named after the Watusi tribe here in Africa, who first domesticated the species of cow about 2,000 years ago. Ah, yes, after you. Well, these horns can reach up to 6 feet in length on top of the cattle's head. They probably look super heavy, but not to worry, my friends, they are mostly hollow and actually fairly lightweight. That's because these horns will act as a built-in cooling system. So throughout the day, blood flows up into all the empty and hollow spaces in these horns to disperse some extra heat, almost like a built-in radiator on top of the cow's head. You'll see there are quite a few of these Watusi over this way. They should be the only domesticated animal that we'll actually see out here on the reserve today. And in some African countries, they're even a sign of wealth, like the solid colored cattle we first saw, worth a little bit more price-wise than the speckled or painted colored cattle. They're only used as a status symbol, so not for milk or meat or anything else of the sort. They live a super easy life out here on the grasslands. We're going to try to head a little bit further into the savannah. We've had some pretty great luck so far, especially with all those baby giraffes back there, a bit of a mini tower going on. Well, hopefully that luck will continue on in this direction for us. Fingers crossed. It looks like a few trees have been knocked over this way, possibly means some larger animals have been through here when looking for food. In fact, a lot of the animals that we have been seeing out there, they greatly influence the beauty of many of stock animals like wildebeest or those antelope. They essentially mow the grasses down when they graze. That way they're all kind of working together to create this really unique ecosystem out here. You might have noticed that road back there was closed, but not to worry, we're going to take a short detour. Shouldn't take us too far off track. And as rough as this bridge is looking, it should lead us over to the red clay pits, which is exactly where we want to be. Some animals will eat red clay as a nutrient supplement in their diets, almost like us humans taking our vitamins. So we'll see what we can find kicking around over this way. There are a few markings pressed into the clay around us here already, and a few tracks in the mud. I'll keep on the lookout for the source of those tracks. But those might be tusk marks we just saw back there. That's because not only will some animals eat that clay as a vitamin, but elephants in particular will use it as a makeshift sunscreen. Elephants have surprisingly sensitive skin, so throughout the day they'll be throwing mud, dirt, clay, or a mixture on their backs. That just helps to protect their skin from the harsh savanna sun out here. They look a little dusty and dirty to us humans, but not due to poor hygiene on their parts. As we do keep on the lookout for more activity in this direction, we'll pass up by a few more of those baobab trees. Again, giant trees that look almost upside down. And that's because they'll remain leafless like this for about 9 months out of the year. That allows these trees to conserve thousands of gallons of water, which they'll store in their huge trunks. Many of the animals out here, like all those giraffes we saw back there, can poke holes in that trunk or peel away the bark for a drink in between watering holes, also giving the baobab the nickname the Tree of Life. So, quite a few different names these trees will go by. Well, as we move around this way, we have managed to stumble upon a flamboyance coming up in the pool to our left-hand side here. A flamboyance of greater flamingos, that is. Now, these greater flamingos will be the tallest and the lightest pink of all flamingo species. And they're actually hatched gray and fuzzy, so they get this color that we're seeing over time from a diet of shrimp and other crustaceans. Those crustaceans are filled with a substance called beta-carotene that'll turn those feathers that pink we know and love so much. Because of this, you can sometimes even tell the youngest in the flock. They're more white in color. It takes these birds about a year to a year and a half to get that full-on pink tint that we're so familiar with. but probably already smelling that diet of shrimp. And like I said, they are the tallest of their species, so they average around 5 feet in height. They're probably around the same height as some of us here on this truck, if not even taller. As we come around this way, there are a couple of money animals come up ahead here on our left-hand side.
Rhinos.
Not elephants, but rhinos also like to toss around in that mud. And out on the grasslands, these are white rhinos. They're the larger of the rhino species found here in Africa. So they'll weigh upwards of 5,000 pounds. And despite that extra weight, they can run up to 35 miles an hour when they charge, which is kind of terrifying. They have incredibly poor eyesight. They can only see about 10 feet in front of themselves. So can't really see where they're going when they run at those higher speeds. That's probably why a group of rhinos together like this is called a crash. And crashes generally are a little bit larger, so we'll keep on the lookout, see if we can't find a few more straggling rhinos around here. Now, those white rhinos are joined by a couple of smaller antelope grazing nearby. Those are Bontabok back on our left-hand side. Bontabok in Afrikaans translates to patchwork buck, and you might see why the contrast between light and dark fur. And their coats are also a beautiful shade. It's a deep dark brown that takes on almost a beast as well. I see a bit of resemblance. Though not seeing a ton of large in this direction is a cheetah.
Oh yeah, I see him. I see him. Oh wow. See him, guys?
Cheetah's pretty relaxed at the moment, but still the fastest land animal in the world. Cheetahs can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just under 3 seconds, and even run upwards of 70 miles an hour when they really get moving. But of course, cheetahs are big cats, so they spend most of their time just lounging around and catnapping. And just like our house cats, that cheetah back there can purr. Well, we're not out of big cat country just yet.
I see. He's turning right into it.
Ahead here, being a lion is exhausting. This big guy will spend about 16 to 20 hours of his day resting. You can see he's hanging out on top of these larger towering rocks. These are Kopi rocks, kind of like Pride Rock in The Lion King. They're a perfect place for predators to hang out during the daytime like this. He can soak up the sun and, of course, scope out some prey at night. He's posing for us. He's giving us a great look at that mane. Can sometimes tell the age of a male lion based on the color of that mane. So the darker it is, the older he is. Kind of the opposite of us humans. We'll come around this way, see if he isn't alone up there. Prides generally consist of quite a few females and maybe only 1 or 2 male lions. And in a pride, it is the females, the ladies, who will do the majority of the hunting. Male lions will usually hang back, guard the territory, and look after the cubs. And that way, they'll generally divide the responsibilities amongst the members of the pride.
What? Yeah, I see it.
I'm pretty lucky to catch that male lion awake back there because, as I mentioned, they do love their sleep and they are nocturnal, so they usually wait until nightfall to become a bit more active, a bit livelier.
Yeah.
And since they are most active during night, they have adapted so that their eyesight, once the sun fully sets, is about 6 times better than our own, which is again perfect for any hunting that those lionesses might do. We are going to pass on by a couple of burrows off to our left-hand side. Oh, and some very sleepy
There he is.
2 at the very top of the hill at the base of the tree, and one warthog actually tucked away in that burrow.
There's Pumbaa.
Just like Pumbaa. Pumbaa gets a pretty bad rap. Pumbaa in Swahili roughly translates to foolish one, and warthogs, they're far from foolish animals. They're smart enough to steal the burrows of other animals. They'll make those their very own homes. And as you can see, when they do burrow, they actually face outward so that those sharp little tusks deter any intruders that might try to come and bother them. With all that napping going on back there, things are a little quieter. There's a small cluster of ostrich eggs off to our right-hand side, though, just in front of the log there. The owners of those eggs aren't usually too far away, so we're going to scan the tree line here, see if there aren't any really big birds staring us down. Those eggs are pretty hefty. Now, I'm not seeing any ostriches over this way, but along the tree line there on our right-hand side might make out a couple of water bucks staring us down. They're very sneaky. Again, almost back behind us to the right. A very cute species of antelope. They have heart-shaped noses, rings around their rear ends. Very shaggy fur. But it's a good thing those water buck weren't too close to us. That's because they secrete a greasy oil which waterproofs their fur. Now, oil smells really bad, so we want no part of that. And neither do predators. They actually smell so bad it works as a defense mechanism. In the minds of predators, they don't smell too good. They probably don't taste too good either. though, so we're going to push on ahead here into Bugatti Glen, an area of the reserve that's a little bit more serene, so probably better suited to those animals that are going to be more shy or reclusive, kind of more solitary. So with this level of greenery, this might still simply be a migratory path onto other parts of the reserve, and it looks like there is an animal passing on through here. On the move coming up on our left-hand side, this is a scimitar horned oryx. A very rare sight, as I mentioned, very shy, and at one point completely extinct out in the wild. In fact, they're so seldom seen, they're even believed to be the origin of the myth of the unicorn. If you catch sight of that oryx from the side just right, it gives the illusion of a single horn swooping back on that head, so keep on the lookout for that as we pass on by here. And just about as mystical as a unicorn, the oryx are able to go up to 9 months without a single drop of water if necessary. So these guys are still able to thrive during super severe droughts or long distances between watering holes. They get most of the moisture they need from the vegetation in their diet. But the Oryx's home back there, Bugatti Glen, is one of the most recent additions to the reserve, made possible through the Disney Conservation Fund. And reserves like this one here in Harambe are a very, very important part of conservation. They provide homes to a lot of the animals that we've just seen out there, plus many more, and they also help to protect and rehabilitate species that might otherwise find themselves endangered out in the wild. So this is looking an awful lot like the road that's going to lead us back to Harambe Village. Unfortunately, my friend said it does mean that our journey together is drawing to its close. But I really hope you guys did get to see some of your favorite animals out there and maybe even learned about a few new ones as well. And if you'd like to check out even more animals, I highly recommend heading next door to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. It's also a pretty good place to earn those Wilderness Explorer badges. And if I've been traveling with any Wilderness Explorers today, you guys have been out and riding on the Simbo 1. But here at Harambe, friends, we're not really fond of saying goodbye. It's far too sad and far too final. So instead, I'm going to leave you all with a Kwaherini, which means go well. So Kwaherini, my friends, go well, go wild. Have a great rest of your night here at Animal Kingdom. Once again, my name is Stephanie. It's been an absolute pleasure having you all on board, and thanks again for joining me out there, guys. Thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Poncho's ready. Make sure you don't forget anything on the truck.
I'll go with you, B. Alright, I'm going to go with B. Steve's heading back. If you want to set up the camera. Give it some thought. Huh? Give it some thought.
Where's the pack?
Where's the what?
The can.
It's in the gray thing with the computer.
Okay. Got it. Alright. I will try to set it up.
All the cables should be in there. I think you should use the mic cord that's in the owner's locker, because the new one I got goes into the USB port and you can hear everything in the room, so that's not cool.
The sound you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Where's everybody? Yeah, Steve's going back and Liz is going back. I'll hang with Brian. Yeah. 564.
That's all of them?
Yeah. Liz, set it up on YouTube too.
Do we know the sign-in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, do you think my login will still be in there?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. We'll see you later. Bye. Bye.
What's the matter? Oh.
Goodbye. See you later. Hey, B, it's raining out here. All right, you want me to stop streaming?
Your phone all up?
Is my phone off? Okay. The phone's getting all wet. Hey, isn't that my umbrella?
Yeah, here. I have another umbrella. Yeah, he gave it to me one day.
That's nice of him to give my umbrella away.
You do.
There's the Mickey.
Damn it in my back. Where the hell is it?
Did Steve take it? Okay.
I'm fine. Actually, we're not going to go on ever for the rain.
Yeah, I know. We'll go somewhere. Do they not do Everest when it's raining? That would be insane, wouldn't it? You'd get so wet on that.
I think it's over here.
So I don't know if you guys heard that annual passes magnets are out here at Animal Kingdom. Oh dear. It's raining. It's really raining. It needs to stop so we can go on Expedition Everest. Well, it might be raining, but we have a great view. All right, this is sacrilegious that they have Doug and Russell. Huh. Interesting. So, we could go on Cali River Rapids because we're already wet. Yep. See ya. Well, the wilderness explorers are busy.
What?
Wilderness explorers are busy now. Oh my God. That ride is going, okay. I'm not streaming if we go on that ride.
What?
I'm not streaming if we go on that ride.
People would seem to go on it while it's raining.
Okay.
It looks like he's going to pass it.
Well,
You want to go on the dinosaur?
sure.
Hope that it stops raining after?
Sure. Yep, John. It's raining. Glad the boy packed umbrellas. Ooh, my camera's ripping. That's not good. Up to here. Little puddles. Not terrible. Do you think it stopped? Okay.
Now it's funny again.
Fun, fun, fun. Oh, does this have a pushy thingy? It does. Woo. There you go, you guys. Watching me push my umbrella down. No. How you guys doing over there? Little wiggly squiggly. Thank you. Oh, look at you guys. No, I don't have any food for you. Okay, what the heck? What the heck? What happened here? There we go. There we go, thunder. You were going single rider, weren't you? Yeah, not surprising. 15 minutes. Yay. Hello. I don't know if people like that. All right. We're going in Cali Rapids. No. I just walked through Cali River Rapids. We're going to Expedition Everest. In the rain. Sort of. Oh. Wow. I don't remember doing this. Ooh, I love all these artifacts. I love the air conditioning. Oh yeah, I do remember this one.
Expedition Everest membership received a loading platform. Once on board, please take your seat immediately. Pull down the restraint and secure all gear in the cargo bag. Have a great trip.
Oh, it's brutal when you come out of air conditioning.
Once on board, secure all gear in the cargo bag in front of you. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the plane. And please supervise children. Miembros del equipo de expedición Everest, una vez porque sus efectos personales en la bolsa de silla para su seguridad. Permanezcan sentados con las manos para sus pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y por favor, cuide a los niños.
Thank you. Hey! We're number 2. I don't think I ever. We ever remember where you
mission ever steam members.
Let's see how lucky you see
Secure all gear in the cargo bag and further. For your safety, remain seated with your hands
that. Okay.
and legs inside the train. And please supervise
I don't think my purse is going to fit in here.
equipo de expedición MX. Una vez
Okay.
coloque sus efectos
My purse is not going to fit in there.
para su seguridad. Permanezcan sentados con las manos, brazos, pies y
I'm lifting, I'm lifting.
y por favor, cuiden a los niños.
They're a little crickety though. Huh? Woo!
On an adventure.
Off we go. Okay, how is this possible? Yeah, I forgot to take my hat off. Whew, good thing the young one is here to remind me. What a nice little train
The Guardians coasters. Look how huge it is. The Guardians coaster building.
Which one? Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. Phone in face. Ooh. Going down this real quick. I don't think I want to try to stream that though. It doesn't work very well.
It'll shut off when you get in there.
Huh?
It'll shut off when you get in there.
Yeah.
Should we make a little bed?
I'm gonna go this way. I love this little area. Ooh, I got squishy shoes. But mine are like supposed to dry quick.
So am I.
Oh, good.
Stay right out there.
Yeah. Oh, and had a whole bunch of people not in the middle. Interesting. We might as well. It's on the walk back. You hear my splashy, squishy scoos? Squishy. I'm coming. I bet they really got drenched. They're down the hill a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take a bathroom break, so I will come back later. Probably won't stream Dinosaur, but I'll give it.